Okay, we're back.
Okay.
We might have to go shortly because I will have a child showing up. But
I think the last strategy that we wanted to talk about for coping with frustration and stress, anxiety, events was the I Spy method. Technically, I think Stacey was just saying, like, this is a structured way, but it definitely, you can do how many, senses and things that you can think of. But it's supposed to go by 5 things that you see, 4 things that you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. So those are great prompting questions. Again, like, to try to just like focus on something different rather than the, maybe the problem or like what's gone wrong.
Again, I think it's like grounding you into your body. I never really understood why people were like, you got to get out in nature. It's calming. Yeah. But I do get it a little bit more now. Sometimes these blanket statements, I get so annoyed at because I'm like, that does not work. You need to like tell me what it's doing, or I have to understand. But I was laughing because I was telling Kelsey, I was like, I don't know. I can taste my saliva. Like, what else am I supposed to taste? So, like, I have to be careful with this one because I'll be like, I'm getting it wrong because I don't know. So, but it has been very helpful for me at times. And I think it could also be used like, do you see 4 blue things? Mm-hmm. Or can you go touch something that's red? So, like, there's different ways to incorporate it. That probably would be good for me to incorporate with myself as well. But yeah, I think it is a good strategy, and it's one that, like, you can take with you wherever you go. But just remember that it doesn't have to be perfect. I tell myself that all the time.
And also, I mean, like I said, it's interchangeable. Like, you can do 3 things. You can just do see, touch, and hear. If taste is not something that you're tasting anything out of the ordinary. But, I mean, it's all, like, what you make it, so...
And then another thing that we discussed on our quick little break was, so we've talked about proprioception a little bit. I, from what I know, and again, I probably know just enough to not really know anything at all, is that proprioception is like the magic one in that it can be calming and alerting. So proprioception is what we call like heavy work, like carrying like the bag of rice around or the bag of flour, or we have kids, like we have them like do weights that we have in our exercise room, or do the scooter board where they're pushing things. We attach weights to a scooter, or we have them run or walk with the weights attached to them. So it, one, builds up as a PT, endurance, stamina, strength, and all that. But like, I guess I don't always know why it is calming and alerting.
So, in terms of proprioception, I think in any sensory activity in general, too much sensory activities can over-stimulate them. So, it's like if they're crashing into the crash pad 10 times, and maybe the next time you see them or the next time they do the activity, they do 20 times, and you start to see like
it's ramping
up, and they're getting so overly excited, and they like are now like bouncing off the walls again, which you were trying to get them to not do. So there's definitely a balance with sensory activities. I always tell parents, like, start like doing it for a couple minutes. Don't let them do a sensory bin or anything for too long, because sometimes there's like a just right area, and then sometimes if the kids are getting almost too much stimulation, they can just go back to wherever you're trying to basically avoid.
Okay. That I probably will have more questions on this, but I did just hear my child come in, and so we will come back again. Like I said, if there's questions you guys have, please send them to us, and we may start doing this with other topics as well. So thanks for hanging out.
Thank you. Bye-bye.